pixels that you're watching this on, and also the terrible audio quality. This is my traveling setup. And it's quite a setup. I'm praying that my battery power lasts, because my laptop can't be plugged in. My camera can't be plugged in. Everything is running off of battery power. So this is going to be an experience. Also, I'm having to use my built-in microphone, which I probably should make sure that... Can you hear me, first of all? Um, okay, I'm going to continue on like you can hear me. Hello! Hi, how has your week been? My week has been an adventure, to put it lightly. Quite an experience. It started out with the whole reason that we came up here was for a camping trip, funnily enough, which is one of the... Okay, you can hear me. Good. One of the few things that's still allowed in California because of the nature of it being isolation, which I talked about in the video I filmed up there. So, because we had made these reservations before like COVID even started, and yeah, so that was a lot of fun. It was really nice to actually get outside and do something. And then the rest of the time since then we came back to my aunt's place and I've been staying here. So that was the big thing. The second big exciting thing that happened was obviously I started college. So I made a video about that the night that it started. And then the third big thing, did I say there were only two things? I meant three. The third big thing is I wrote down a little script. But basically, the other day, we decided to drive up to my hometown, where I grew up and haven't seen in many years. I mean, like, the last time that I saw this place and I stepped foot there was in 2014, but I was there for a family member's wedding. I wasn't really, like, there to experience the place. So, I don't know. I mean, like, that was good, but it wasn't, like, exactly what I wanted. So, I've been dreaming about this for years, and the chance to finally go back and really, like, experience all these places that I haven't seen except for in dreams or in memories. And, like, oh, yeah, this is a real place that really existed. So that was very unique. And on the drive home, I was like overcome with a whole bunch of emotions, and wrote down this script that I have yet to film. But I'll give you a quick little cliff notes. How about that? So I say something like, while I'm here in NorCal, my family decided to drive 5 hours through my hometown. Sorry, I just realized there's a bunch of grammatical errors in this. I said, my fam decided to drive 5 hours and drive through, and my hometown, and place. So obviously I wasn't quite thinking straight when I wrote this down. And then I said, this is a big deal to me. Like, a big deal. I have nothing physical from my childhood except that little bag of bark from the elementary of my playground. From the playground of my elementary school. And the rest of it I'm going to save for when I film this video. Probably when I get back home. But I will say, continuing on my little theme, I did grab... And I know this is going to look suspicious, but I promise you it's just dirt. Some dirt from my childhood playground. The place that... Not the one in school, but there was another one by our house that we would always go to. And so I grabbed a bit of dirt from that. So, yeah, it was a very touching time. It was very good. But that wasn't all we did, actually. Why did I start with that? That was the last thing we did in the day. We didn't originally intend, actually, to spend as much time as we did in my hometown. Because originally that was a day trip up to Tahoe to check out, like, how it's doing. We were not going to get out of the car. Like, there's COVID going on. now is not the time to get out and do things. We intended and we did stay in the car the entire time. But did I take a picture of my old backyard? No, I didn't. I didn't. If you don't know, a couple of years ago, which they've stopped now after I made that video talking about them. So I don't know what that means. I still have dreams about my family, like learning one day that my family is like all of a sudden I'm a kid again and we're moving back into my old childhood house. And I still have those dreams to this day. I don't know what it means, but yeah, so also I used to have dreams where we would do that, and then I would always try and, like, the backyard would be different every time. And every dream I was like, whoa, I've dreamt about this, but I know this is reality, so I'm gonna take a picture of it. And then I would take a picture of it and wake up and be disappointed that there was no picture on my phone. So, yeah. Oh, Holton, hey! Are you in NorCal? I am, but we're leaving tomorrow morning, so I can't hang out, and I'm so sorry. Oh, I feel so bad saying that. This trip, this time up here has been crazy rush. But yeah, so we got to Tahoe, and I took some pictures with my phone that, if it's okay, I would like to try and share with you, assuming that the quality is okay. So, without further ado, there we go. Is it working? Okay, yes, you can see me. I'm gonna do that just so I can save some CPU cycles. I don't know what kind of order that these are gonna be shared in, but this was the view. That's Lake Tahoe as we drove past it, and it's so beautiful. It's so ridiculously beautiful. And after this is, I believe it was like Emerald Bay, I want to say. I'm not totally sure. But it was so like special after so long of being in quarantine, which sucks. Like, whoa, seeing some beauty. Oops. Apparently I copied some that are Apple specific files, and I'm doing this on a Windows computer. That was a selfie that my family took. That's my grandma and my aunt, and I just thought it was really sweet. So this was not up at Tahoe. This was a little while ago when we were camping. I don't know why I copied this too. I must not have realized when this picture was taken, but this was when we were camping, which I kind of quasi-vlogged. But it's going to go up on my, like, side channel. Because I'm not super happy with it. I didn't really try. But Grandma, she was feeling creative. And she made this as a little resort. Like, the kind of thing that you would make when you were a kid. So it's like, this is the center. It was a like a water park. And this was like a lazy river. You can see the acorn is... Can I? Yeah. The acorn is the little inner tube that you go in. And you go through this arch. She made a little umbrella right there, and you go down this little waterfall. You can also, that's the entrance right there. And then there's a little other umbrella she made. And she was so proud. So, I just thought that was adorable and wanted to share that. Okay, so now this is where the pictures from the other day actually begin. Because there were so many dogs in this car. So many dogs. We were outnumbered by dogs. And they all got along, and it was really nice. But the car smelled like dog the entire way because we didn't want to, roll the windows down. Oh, but it was so pretty. I mean, just look at that. It's so pretty. It's so ridiculously beautiful. There's me. There's me. Okay, I did roll the windows down for this picture. Oh, is that all? Wow, I am unprepared for this stream. This is just downright embarrassing. Okay, I'm back. But yeah, it was a really good time. And I'm very, very happy. Hey! Oh, Susan's here! Yo! So that was this week. Uh, and yeah, we're going back home soon, and I'll have time to edit the vlog, hopefully, when I'm not working on school. Which I know, like, Holton would probably laugh at me. Like, objectively, it's not a lot of school. I'm just so not used to any kind of school system because I haven't been in any kind of school in the past, like, 5 years. So it's like, it seems like a lot for me. Also, totally unrelated, but this is a little cheese square that's like a snack, a cheese snack. And I just thought that was cute. So, excuse me while I eat my cheese here. Ooh, it's Colby Jack. Okay, let me start a fight here. What is the best kind of cheese? Because I know this is going to give me some hate, but my money is on mozzarella. I mean, just, there's nothing better. It's the original, not original. What is the original cheese? Yogurt? But it's like the tried and true. You can never go wrong. Everything is better with mozzarella. Grilled cheese? Mwah. Pizza? Mwah. It's just straight mozzarella, man. Uh-oh. Can you see? I just bit into my hair. How many classes are you taking? Just one. It's a computer science. So I know. I'm not doing a lot. Like, maybe that was kind of overblown, but to me it is a big deal. In fact, right after this live stream, I actually need to get back and hit those books. The best cheese is cheese. He's not wrong. Hey Chris, give us a cheese pun. You know, when my buddy Cole, like Cole, he eats a lot of cheese, and that's what he attributes to his physical fitness. I guess you could say Cole be jacked. Boom! Off the top of my head. Look, okay, I'll take that. I'm proud of that, okay? Cole be jacked. Let me hit you with another one. How about... it's hard to come up with ones that's not like the default. You know, that'd be too cheesy. What if I'm the monster? You know, like things like that are just, oh, those are the go-to, but we've seen them a million times. No, if you're gonna make a good cheese pun, it has to be clever, which is difficult. I'm sorry. Unfortunately, because this stream is like delayed, I just saw everyone's reaction to my original pun, which I'm proud of that. Okay. So now I have to ask, how has your week or 2 weeks been? Because my 2 weeks have been interesting. Oh, I do have one more photo to show, although it's still just on my phone. I didn't transfer it over to my computer before this, and I feel like it's too late. Oh, that's not gonna work. Shoot. Okay, well, what I'll do is I'll post it somewhere, so then you can actually see it. I ate a cheese. Yeah, leaning tower of cheese. Yeah, I mean that's kind of the. What's a good original cheese pun? Oh, it's so hard to think of puns off the top of the head. What are like types of cheese? I'm so uncultured. I know cheddar, Colby Jack, and mozzarella, and that's all that my cheese experience has been. I'm so... Yeah, I guess Gouda, yeah, okay. What else has happened? I mean, there's so much has happened. Why can't I think of anything? You know, like you get that when someone asks you, like, what you've been doing lately or how's life? What are your interests? Tell me about yourself. And you're just like, ah! Because that's kind of what I'm feeling right now. Where's Ryan Matlock when we need him? Honestly, the pun king. Especially around October, then he's the pun king. Pumpkin. Do we? Oh, Susan, that was a good one. Do we have Parmesan to continue? That was good. I'll give you points for that one. That was a good cheese pun. Oh, nice, Cassidy. You started reading Harry Potter this past week. Nice. I'm jealous. I need to read those still. Holton, you didn't hear that. He'll have my head. Yes. I've mentioned before though, like he's the one that introduced me to Harry Potter. You finally watched Toy Story 4. Okay. I didn't really like it. But if you liked it, that's awesome. Like, enjoying something, you should never apologize for that, with several obvious exceptions. But that's awesome, and good on you. I want to ask you what you thought of it, but I don't want to spoil for anybody here that might not have. If you haven't seen Toy Story 4, announce it. Let's give it like a minute, and then if everybody has seen that movie, then we can discuss it. Spoilers flying, like spewing up into the air. Oh yeah, Stefan, you know you've made it when the beef begins. Yeah. Oh, okay. Susan hasn't watched it, and she will also have my head. Yeah. I mean, like Toy Story 3, honestly, is my favorite Toy Story movie, just because. I mean that ending, like. I know that's such a stereotypical answer to give, but it genuinely is my favorite thing. Um, Chris, honestly, I'm with you. I mean, it was like an enjoyable, but I didn't quite like. I don't know. I didn't connect at all to it, except for Bing Bong. Spoilers, I guess. That 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 did. How do I phrase it? That got to me, but I'm with you, man. Oh goodness. Okay, so pretty much everybody has seen it but Susan in Sing My Life. So Cassidy, yes, you're one of us. One of us. It's people whose names start with C apparently. Um or you just need to change your name to Chris. I'm just saying it's a suggestion. Oh goodness. What else? I mean, that's. I'm trying to think of what else has happened. Genuinely, I can't. What the heck? What happened this week? I. 2 weeks. The past 2 weeks. I genuinely can't recall a single thing. Colt also starts with a C. Yes. Oh, see, I'm sorry. You're Cassidy too. But now I have to ask. I'm using my laptop's built-in speakers. That's what I'm doing. Did you enjoy Inside Out? Because if you didn't, we could complete the dual name thing going on. And if you did, then there's the door. I'm kidding. No. Genuinely, what did I do this week? Okay, maybe I'll just like maybe I'll read to you a little bit more from that script I wrote. Cuz okay. I said regarding like going back and seeing my hometown for the first time in years and years and years and years. Uh this has been a dream of mine for years. Oh, I already talked about this IRL. About that dream that I've been having. I've even seriously entertained the thought of one day maybe moving back and completing my life story in like a circle arc, like a movie. The dream that I've been waiting for years is coming true today. It didn't feel like I was finally coming home after a long journey like I thought it'd feel. It felt like this place had moved on. Like when you see a friend in many years and they don't look how you expected them to. I mean, it's silly to expect anything less. Like, obviously, the universe doesn't revolve around me and time doesn't stop when I leave somewhere. But to so clearly have that shown after thinking about and literally dreaming about it, this setting, it was like a wake up call. I almost felt unwelcome. And I think it's because I wasn't there. We weren't there to make memories. I walked through my childhood park, the most wonderful and amazing place where only good times are had. That's still the connotation that it has in my mind. And I was alone on that walk. You know, what made these places so special, so dear to my heart, wasn't the place at all. There's nothing special about my hometown. These walks that my family would take time to do every evening, whose path is engraved in my memory so strong that I didn't need to use GPS to get back to that park all these years later. That route doesn't matter. These sidewalks that are almost like holy ground to me, it's just a sidewalk. It does not matter. What matters is the things that I did with the people I love. I'm skipping a bunch because I still want the video to be good. But yeah, in the future, like, it doesn't matter. I don't care where I live. I do not care where I live. As long as I am with people I love, that is a good life. So thank you for the memories. And I'm going to go make new ones. He says, after grabbing a handful of dirt and bark from various places around the town. So, yeah, that was not all. Oops. I had Susan read the script to make sure it was good. So that's not all the video is. The video talks more at length. I just have yet to make it. But yeah, it was an experience. I was very sappy driving back, and yeah. Wasn't this like a Messianic Mondays video you filmed on the sidewalk? That was actually part that I skipped over in the script. And I think I actually wrote that down after I sent it to Susan, so not even she has read that part. But yeah, I actually mentioned that. Yeah, I mean, it was the same kind of thing. But this time I felt it even more, like, strongly, I guess. Because at that time I still, like, I don't know. I still lived in North Carolina completely separated from anything from my childhood. And now, like, I'm living in the house that, like, was still an experience that I grew up in. And so I've had more time to kind of mentally be like, okay, that... You know? I don't know. It's been interesting to see that my childhood, my teenagehood, and my adulthood, which all three I've kind of separated in my mind into different, like, chapters, very uniquely. I think because the three of them have been so different, both, like, in the culture, the physical location, and, like, the weather and all of that, and the people that I've been around. And also just physical things. Like, my teenagehood had virtually nothing from my childhood, physically. Like, no toy. I don't have any of my childhood toys. I don't have anything at all. And now, like, like, adulthood, I mean, I have a lot more from my teenagehood, but mostly because that was around the time that I started, acquiring gear for videos, so I mostly just have that, which, shout out to it, still going strong. This microphone, not that I'm using for the stream, but the microphone I use in videos, I got years ago. So, but yeah, it's been interesting to see, like, they aren't nearly as separate as I've been categorizing them to be. And the places that, like, I kind of been like, oh, I must protect, like, the photos of 2000 to 2010, right? I have made so many backup redundancy copies of those. I'm never going to lose them. But I've done that at the expense of current memories. Or current photos, where it's like, oh, well, I better delete some current photos to make room for the old ones. And, which is why I'm so glad that I daily vlogged for 2017, because that was kind of me prioritizing the current as opposed to the past. And that was really when this shift in my thinking started, and it's been building up, but I think this trip really just cemented it. So, yeah, I mean, maybe I'm way overthinking this, and I don't really have, like, a set thing to talk about. New room? No, I'm just staying. This is actually my aunt, her, like, guest room slash the cat room. Excuse me. And I have a cat allergy. Literally, if I turn the camera right here, you can see the cat climbing table thingy, and it's right by my head, which is why I've actually put a pillow on that side, so I'm sleeping on this bed backwards. But I have the sniffles constantly. I've had the sniffles this whole, like, week. But yeah, that's kind of just been thoughts that have been ruminating in my head. And this week, starting with this, like, Tahoe slash hometown memories trip, I'm mentally, like, prioritizing that now, and I want to preserve that. And all the vlogs that I've ever had. And genuinely, like, vlogging my days has helped me so much. Like, obviously, yes, first of all, to prioritize the present. And I remember when I was daily vlogging, like, sometimes people would say to me, or friends would say to me, like, why don't you put that down and live in the moment? I'm like, this is what makes me live in the moment. Because otherwise I won't remember this. And I think that's one of the reasons that I don't value my teenagehood as much, is just because I don't have a lot of videos or photos of it. Because I was an idiot and put them all on one hard drive, and that crashed because I was carrying it down the stairs and tripped and slammed it against the floor. My fault. So, yeah. Like, I really want to prioritize this time now and these memories that you, like, with you, and I don't know. I've just been a big bundle of emotions. Hello, Princess Amber. Welcome. Welcome to Le Stream. I know that hard drive crash. That hurt me, and so that's why it's so important to back up your files, kids. Which is hard when you were, or when you were dealing with, small things, and now you're constantly dealing with like 14 terabyte hard drives. That gets real expensive real quick, but also you gotta factor how much would it cost if you were to lose this. Would you regret that for the rest of your life? For me, at least, the answer is it wouldn't be a trifling issue. That was bad. Oh, Stefan. Yeah, that's true. It's a weird thought that if you have children, they will be able to relive your young adulthood. It was weird for me to realize when my brother turned 19, because I vlogged my 19th birthday. It's on YouTube now. Like, I remember making that video. And to think, like, now my I know, like, we're at the age now where we're pretty similar just in maturity levels, but I still think of him as, like, my baby brother. Any older siblings can relate. It's like, you are that age now. That is so weird, man. Oh, I would like to share a quote from Dumbledore that I love. Are you happy, Holton? It does not do to dwell on dreams and forget to live. Remember that. Holy cow, Cassidy. Can I use that in this video? I'll credit you. But can I use that in my video for this week? Because that is so good. And that, like, perfectly hits the nail on the head. My little brother is 16 and I'm like, no, you're not. Me. Oh, it's so weird to think my little baby brother is gonna be in his 20s soon. Ah! My little baby brother! I remember when he turned double digits! Holden! Yeah! Oh my gosh, you're right! I didn't think about that. Because, yeah, I still think of your younger brother as, like, being 6, to be honest, just in my mind. I mean, I know we've hung out with him since, and I've seen him as an adult, but in my mind, I'm like, oh, he, like, little is little. And it's so weird for me to think he's 22. Bruh. Oh, it's like that thing, though, because, like, obvious, like, mentally that people grow even when you're not there, but you haven't seen someone in a while, you expect them to be the exact same as when you left. Like you're the only one that's allowed to age. You know what I mean? How is Susan? She's good. Well, actually, you can ask her. She's here. Yeah, and he's married now. I know, that's so wild. Oh my gosh. Because, yeah, I remember, like, playing with you, Holden, and your younger brother, like, on the playground equipment. And it's just weird for me to think, like, yeah, he's married now. He has a wife. And he, like, oh, that's so wild. We're at the age where people start getting married our age, and that still freaks me out. Chloe, hey! I was just talking about younger siblings. I was actually... yeah, like, Chloe's a good example. I was just like, holy cow, how are you a teenager? You're my little baby sister. And Chloe, I know, you roll your eyes because, oh, that's what all adults say. Oh, you grow up so fast, and you pinch the cheeks. But genuinely, like, Chloe, imagine if one day you realized Jake was 13. It's like, whoa, where did that, what? I was just, If you don't know, Jake is our dog. Yeah, people getting married who are younger than you is the weirdest freaking thing. Honestly? Literally. Yeah, so everybody's getting married. Yes, everyone say hi to my little sister. Not little anymore. Well, I mean, technically she's my little sister, but like I feel like that's not quite. She's my like I don't know. She's not a little kid. Yeah, Cassidy, I know, right? When you grow up in the homeschool community. Grandpa Chris made a cameo. Actually, Grandpa Chris, he would probably have like a what do they call, like a bowling hat at this point with my hair like this. This is the quarantine length, by the way. I didn't mean to grow it out this long. Like, last time I got it cut to like right there, I was like, yeah, this is a good length. I'll keep it at this length. It's not too long, it's not too short. And then this happened, so now it's getting long again. It's not quite to 2017 levels where it was like down to my nipples, but it's gonna be getting there pretty soon. What was that? Oh, I was gonna make a Grandpa Chris joke. I was gonna do the voice. Bowler hat. Thank you, Cass. Thank you. I've thought about doing a sketch with all of the old characters. Oh, wait, no. I gotta do this with my teeth because I don't have any. But putting all that baby powder, it just dries out your hair. Clojo, your hair is as long as mine. Yeah, it's true. Oof. Here, Chloe, can you come braid it? Or like Princess Leia buns? Yeah. See, to do the Grandpa Chris face, I have to do like the Weird Al expression. Well, kind of. He does this with his eyebrows, but then he smiles. But when I do, I just look creepy. I don't think I've quite mastered it like he has. My favorite classic children's book, The Boomer with the Bowler. It's a thing! Okay, I swear it's a thing. I've seen it. Okay? Maybe that's more of a California thing, but I that totally is a thing, right? Can someone back me up on that? Or like pulled into a really low ponytail? Not like this. I look like Ma Ingalls with this because there's no, you can't see my ears. Wasn't that a thing? Or like back then, like you couldn't, or women didn't show their ears? Wasn't that a thing? It's been a while since I read those books. I didn't even read them. My family would play them as audiobooks. Chloe, do you remember that? Listening to Little House on the Prairie on audiobook? Yeah. What does that have to do with anything? Wait, if I pull it back here, I look like, hi! Wait, hi! Hi! I can't make my voice go as high as his. Hi! I'm Dave from Hi! I'm Dave from Boyna Band. Anywho, hi! I can't get my voice as high as he can. Hi! I'm Dave from Boyna Band. I look like Emily Dickinson. You right. I can see it. Yeah. Looks like I'd be in Little Women. Little Women. Little Women, plural, not woman, singular. Which, high-key, really enjoyed that movie. Yeah, Dave! Ah, I love Dave from Boyna Band. He's just such a pure, wholesome person. Excuse me while I go 2014 Tumblr on you. He's such an adorable cinnamon roll. I know, I'm so jealous. Who was it? Somebody, like, ran into him at VidCon the other year. And I was like, oh, I'm so jelly. I think it was it Gabe? I don't know. Oh, Stefan, you should. It's a good. I really enjoyed it. It's very enjoyable. don't remember who it was that ran into it. Anyway, moving on. Have for maximum power to pull a Markiplier. I'm sorry, I'm just like, I've been a lot of YouTubers in my mind. Mostly because Charlie is so cool. I uploaded a video today and it blew my freaking mind. And I was low-key hoping that it would be like a reacting to my video that I made for, you know, he made like a time capsule back in 2010 for like, oh, watch this in 10 years. But I don't think he's going to react to it because, let's just say, some things in it aged like milk. Like, you know, his roommate situation. And I totally understand if, you know, he didn't want to bring that all up again. If you don't know, his roommate was Alex Day. Yeah, and they were like, we're going to be best friends forever. That didn't happen. Yeah. Yeah. It's bad. Yeah. I was really happy. Did y'all watch like Dodie's though reacting to her time capsule in 5 years? I'm really curious. I don't remember what I said in mine anymore. It's been long enough where like I remember filming it, but I don't remember any specific thing that I said. And I'm not going to watch it until 2025. So, by then I'll totally forget, and that's going to be, you know, I can promise you that I'm going to film a reaction to it. Even if, God forbid, I'm not making YouTube videos anymore, I'm still going to put up a video specifically to react to that. Okay? You have my promise. Remind me in exactly 5 years to react to my 5-year time capsule on YouTube. Dope. There. You have it. I'm officially going to do it. You have my word on that. So yeah. I sent an email to myself that I'll get once I graduate college. That's so pure. I love that. I'm gonna do that too. Oh my gosh, that's so... Oh my gosh, that's so gross. I'm sorry. That's so cute though. I really want to do that now. Oh my gosh. Just like a personal time capsule that doesn't... Like, it doesn't need to go public on the internet, but just for yourself. Because I've done that actually... I know I did one back, years ago that was kind of like a, oh, if, God forbid, I died, please release this. It was just saying, like, I had a really good life, I'm very happy, and I love my friends, so please go spreading love to everybody and give your best friend a hug and unironically tell them that you love them. And, I mean... That was years and years ago. I feel like I need to re-update it, but that's a little bit morbid. But yeah, like, I don't know. I like the idea of doing multiple time capsules for in the future. So it's almost like a peppering. Because, like, I would love to get that kind of thing, you know? Maybe I'll do that. Holton, you should. Also, shout out to Holton for going for his freaking masters. That's awesome, and that's so awesome, and I'm so proud of you, man, and yeah. I know I fangirled about Holton so much already, but, yeah, Chris, like, you saw the famous NC footbridge over the highway, the, what is it, 11'8", I think it was, the bridge. That was a lot of fun. I remember that day. Yeah, it'd be interesting to just, like, make a list of your best experiences at that point, and then in 5 or 10 years come back and see, like, oh, how do those rank now? Like, are those still the highlights of my life? Or would I add new things even on top of that? And then at that point to think like, oh, well, I wonder what in the future is going to be even above those. So, yeah. Holton, oh my gosh, I love you. I don't know, that's been something just remarkable to me because, I've always heard growing up, like, oh, you know, you peak when you're young and then it's all downhill from here. But, like, every year of my life has been better than the last. And that's so cool. Like, genuinely, that gives me hope for the future. And, I mean, in different ways. Like, 2017, say, is a completely different year from 2018. In my mind, at least. In 2018, completely different from 2019. But really good in different ways. I showed Andrew the sweatpants video you made with him 5 years ago. Holy cow, I forgot about that video. Oh my gosh. I don't think I ever released that anywhere. Like publicly. So, if you know, you know. Jeez. Sorry, that was a blast from the freaking past. Was that also the same night that we made that Ask Jordan parody? Ask Borden, which, fun story, for the longest time after that, Josh, like, referred to Andrew as Borden. Because he was like, what's his name? I just know him as Borden. So, you can ask Josh. He legit referred to Andrew as Borden for a while. That was so much fun. Ugh, I miss him. I miss my friends, man. The one nice thing, well, yeah, it's unironically a nice thing, about quarantine is that I've gotten the chance to reconnect with a bunch of friends that I haven't talked to in a little while because I've been kind of distracted. I was distracted with, like, physical going places stuff, if that makes any sense. Or, like, hanging out with these friends that are so much, like, physically closer to me more often because it was more convenient for both of us than other friends that live, like, an hour away. And so I've gotten the chance to really connect more now that the distances are essentially equal because might as well be a billion miles. It's been nice to kind of re-level out the amount of interaction I have with the friends. Does that make any sense? I don't know. That's the one nice thing. No shade on my friends that, like, I hung out with more. They're also awesome, and I still talk with them a lot. But anywho, aw, Cassidy. Yeah, that was so. It was totally like that video was kind of spur of the moment. Fun fact. You want to know something ironic? I'm pretty sure at that point, like, neither Andrew nor I wore sweatpants, and we kind of, like, thought it was a funny thing. So, Andrew, the first time that he was going to meet the Taylors, he planned on he legit bought jeggings and was going to change into them. Oh no! I'm sorry. I take that back. He was wearing the jeggings in that video. Right? It's been a while, I'm sorry, the memory's all messed up. But because I know he brought those when we were going to hang out with the Taylors, and it was the first time he was meeting them. I don't think he actually changed, though, into them. He totally forgot in the moment. But, yeah. So there's a fun fact. Chris, you need a hair trim. You're right. I do. I would love a hair trim right now, man. Is the video that also included you improving being salesman at like 3 a.m.? I think that's that was also like when, because we used to have sleepovers and then we'd pull like an all-nighter essentially. And That was so much fun. Oh, I love that. I love that. I specifically haven't gone back and watched the videos because I'm sure I'll cringe at them, but because the last time that I watched those, they were like I genuinely thought they were hilarious. I'm like, I'm just not gonna touch that. You know, in my mind they'll just always be funny and hilarious, and I'm not gonna go back and cringe at them. Um, so yeah, they could be a major cringe fest, but I'm gonna stay blissfully ignorant. Susan's back. Ayo. Wasn't there a question for Susan? Someone in the chat had one. I totally forgot what it was. And I can't seem to find it when I scroll up. But yeah, and don't worry, like, I'm not gonna touch. I know some YouTubers, like, they take down their old cringy videos. I'll take down a video. I have taken down videos. I'll take them down when I made a point in that video that I no longer, I think, is like a bad point now, and I don't want to be associated with that anymore. So I'll take those down, but I'm not going to take a video down just for being cringy. So you have that assurance from me. Someone's just asking how she was doing. Oh, okay, that was all. I'm sorry. Because, yeah, like, I used to hold opinions that I no longer do. And I'm like, oh, I don't want to be espousing those anymore. Because sometimes videos, like, the release age doesn't really matter. Like, I still get comments on my video. Excuse me. I did, like, that cashiering one. And I mean, at the time, I was like, oh, I better make this gender neutral, so I named it Things Your Cashier Wishes He/She could say, which is just a little bit awkward compared to just saying they. If I were to do that now, like, I'd totally just put they, because that includes everybody, male, female, non-binary, everyone is included in they. But it is like, oh, well, okay, maybe that was a really bad example, because that video actually is still up, I think. But I still get comments from people, like, on it, and saying, like, hey, I work at that same store. Or I've had people say, like, why didn't you just say they? I'm like, I wish I could. It's too late. I've lost that Photoshop file. Otherwise, I would go in and change the thumbnail. I like finding old problematic memes on your phone. Yes. I used to save them and then post them on Facebook. Yeah. So, yeah, but all that to say, like, I know some people will just take down old videos if they're cringy, but I won't do that. I'll just take them down if it's something that I now find horrifying and don't want to put out into public discourse. Get it out, go. Like my old misogynistic videos that Susan got to see. Everyone sends Susan cake. Agreed. I think she would very much agree to that. I can't believe living independently means I have to cook on my own. I know, right? What a ripoff. What a scam. How dare they? Also, if I put my microphone like this, is it a little bit easier to hear me? Do I sound a little bit better? I'm sorry, I didn't think to bring... I have this fancy schmancy mic set up for recording audio in vlogs, and the cable feeds into this little thing, and normally what I used to do is there's a line out thing that I plug an aux cable in, and then I can use my big fancy, because I have my big, like, boom mic directly on top of the camera pointing at my mouth right now. The audio could be great, but I forgot to bring the cable that connects this to my computer. It's just an aux cable. I totally forgot to bring an aux cable. Yeah. Oh, you don't? That's worse. Oh, is that like ASMR-y? Don't give me that kind of power. You know that's gonna go right to my head. Okay, okay, I won't. And so I'm just chugging this water over here. I realized, like, the other day I was like, why do I have a head? Oh my gosh, I haven't drank water all day. I don't know why. How did that happen? I'm like the water guy. But I just realized, like, holy cow, so it can happen to you. I guess I've been trying to make up with it. Oh, DashCon. R.I.P. in peace. 2014 Tumblr was a time. I was on there. That was right. I was like a fan. I was like a YouTube Dan and Phil. I wasn't as much a reblogger, but like I remember. Yeah. The aux cable. The aux cable. I can't quite do it how they did it. The aux cable. What are you doing? What's something I can slap? I don't know if you could even hear that. I didn't want to slap my laptop. Make a slap top. There we are. That's the okay, Hannah. That's what's so funny. So Susan and I have been watching like Supernatural through together using one of those like Netflix watch party websites, which I hope doesn't break any terms of service. You didn't hear me say that. But I know like there'll be little moments from the show when suddenly it'll register in my mind like, oh, that's a GIF. I've seen that on Tumblr. But it's over so quick. But yeah, like, it's funny to know so much about this show that I know nothing about. Like, their voices sounded totally different than I was expecting them to, even though I know the lines that they're saying. Time to wrap it up. Holy cow, I just noticed the time. Oh my gosh. I'm glad this actually worked out decently well. Next week, I'll be good, high quality, because I'm heading home tomorrow morning. So, yes, we're actually going to get the return of the crispy quality. But, sorry that you have to put up with this for now. But yeah, I guess I should start wrapping this up. But I'll work on that vlog about the camping. And I'll see you next week. Same time, different place. And in the meantime, remember... Wait, I need to do this. In the meantime, remember to stay positive. Boom! Nope. Boom! No, yes. Boom! I forgot which camera. It was like, was it the DSLR or the webcam?